Hello, my dear sisters. This is Jonita D'souza, and I'm so excited to speak with you on this special portal, the 7-7. How are you feeling? How are you being? And what are you doing? Let us know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I would love to interact with you. And one of the things that I realized that I didn't probably show up for is welcoming many of the new members. We have plenty of new women joining this group. I think over 85 women joined this group in the last 1 month, and we haven't done any welcome post, and I realized that this is a time probably I should just drop in one more time and welcome you with my heart, with my love, with my presence. So for some reason, I have difficulties going online, going live inside the Facebook group with my laptop, and I don't use Facebook on my phone, so some boundaries there. So it's been tricky, but I'm finding out this way could be even better. And so for those of you who are new in this group, I would love to welcome you, and for those of you who have been here in this journey with me, I welcome you. It's so nice to be held and valued by you all, and also so nice to be interactive in a place where we can drop our masks. This is a journey of exploring femininity as it began, but it never was like that, or never intended to be like that. And today, a really interesting conversation that I got to have with one of my clients, where this whole came out to be as a consequence. So here I am, and I want to begin by sharing with you that true self-leadership begins in the underworld. And I truly believe it. And I want us to really honor the idea of us being these humans with imperfections, but also being the leaders of our life. So we've given the terminology as the leaders some kind of a heavy ranking in our life. But if you really have to look into the reality of our life, we all are actually leading ourselves, leading our lives. And that's what the concept of self-leadership is, right? Self-leadership is your ability to lead yourself, to influence yourself, and it all depends on how and what you desire out of this life. And all I know is times are mad, chaotic, and unstable, right? And we are being tested in many ways. And then there are so many versions of, being a strong leader, being an embodied leader, being a feminine leader, being a heart-centered leader, and all of those varieties of leadership, right? And it teaches all of it teaches different dynamics of leadership. And what I have understood, and tell me if it's true for you, that it is easier to lead when things are good, when you wake up and you're feeling good, and life is perfect, and you make your morning drink and you sit with your loved one and look at your diary that doesn't have a lot of things to do. You have the money in your bank, you're having the relaxed day, or you're feeling good, and it's good, everything is good. And then you can lead yourself, you feel inspired, you feel invigorated, you feel the zest of life, you feel in love with your life, and it is so easy to feel into your desires and go for it and lead yourself and do all those things that, at days that feel hard, right? It's all easy on days when it's easy. But then what happens, and how do you lead yourself when times are tough? when you wake up and you get one bad news after other, and then your diary is full, and then your children need your attention, your partner is upset for some reason, and then you have sick parents to look after, your job is stressful, you have shortage of money, you're budgeting and all of this. And how do you lead yourself on those days? And then there comes a moment when you feel like you are literally like a walking time bomb. Like literally, you know that one more thing and you're gonna just explode, either in anger or sadness. And this is really real for us women. We women process our anger into sadness and our sadness into anger. We have a very distorted relationship with these two particular emotions, because guess what, nobody shared with us how to process these emotions, how to deal with these emotions. Instead, we've been taught to be the good girl, right? And what I want to tell you is that there is a painful reality about stepping into your self-leadership, and this is crucial for women. First of all, self-leadership is so important. As I said, it is how you lead yourself every day. It's your ability to influence your thoughts and beliefs and emotions based on the desires you have for your life, based on what you want from the day, from the people around you, from life, from God, from divine. It's your ability to influence. So we need to learn how to influence our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, so that our choices and actions are congruent to who we are becoming, are congruent to who we really are congruent to what we truly desire, what kind of life we want to live in, how we want to be valued and seen in our lives. Because if we do not influence ourselves on a regular basis, guess what happens? External forces, all those media, social media, news, people, society, partners, relationship, children, everybody gets to influence you, and you become like a sponge. But here is the painful reality about stepping into your self-leadership, or even spirituality, the spiritual journey of coming home to yourself. For me, that's part of self-leadership, and it's not just about love and light. So when I'm asked about my feminine healing journey and the work that I do, and the journey that have made me this woman that I get to mentor women now, holding them in their feminine energetics, in their masculine strategy, in their businesses, in their relationship, I get to do all of this. And when I look back, I naturally think about the life experiences that have shaped me to be this woman that I am today. And yes, there were like really beautiful moments of bliss and ecstasy and unraveling and figuring out like, wow, I can be this one, I can be this woman, I can do this thing, right? There were moments of these, but then there were also plenty of moments of dealing with heartbreaks, and I like to call them as dark moments where I did not know how to process the grief of my father's death at a very young age, the moments where I really felt unworthy, insecure, unlovable, such that I was allowing myself to be a doormat in a toxic relationship that was physically abusive, and I tolerated all of that. There were moments where I really felt lost in my value and purpose as a woman. So stepping into your journey of really coming back home to yourself, into your self-leadership, into your spiritual journey as a woman, is not just about love and light. It really requires you to walk the path of duality, which is, yes, there is the love and the light and the beauty in all of it, but then there is a lot of the dark. So when we understand to hold ourselves in this duality, then that's when we get to feel equipped to face life's ups and downs on a regular basis. But the thing is that most of us do not know how to navigate our dark emotions. And here is the thing, that I was given this wisdom in my journey, and this was literally 2008 when I started my healing journey, and I was discovering a whole new world. My world has shifted, and I was realizing that I'm a conscious creator, and I have so much power over creating my reality, and it all felt really good to me. But then at times I would feel such sadness and anger, and I realized that I couldn't hold this love and light emotion for really too long, and there would be one moment where my partner would tell something to me and it will trigger me, and there'll be one more conversation that I'll have with my mom over the phone and that will trigger me. There will be something that my manager at work will tell me, it will make me feel so unvalued despite holding all this love and light and teachings that I was going through, right? Because why? We have been taught to be the good girls. The nice girl syndrome is very real. Don't be angry, don't be sad, think positive, keep pushing, get through it, right? It doesn't work for us women, and I really thought that something was wrong with me, that I was bipolar, that I couldn't be just one emotion, right? And it was then when my spiritual mentor at the time, when I was doing this womb healing work, when she shared with me and she said that it's normal for women to experience a lot of anger and sadness, and all of this emotional suppression comes out when we get to do the healing work on our feminine, when we get to do the self-leadership work, when we get to come back to our spiritual nature as women. And that's why our self-leadership requires us, me, you, to wholeheartedly look into our suppressed emotions around our voice, what we have been told about our expressions, about our thoughts, our passions, our desires, our intuition, our expression, our body image, our love, pleasure, intimacy, our habits, like eating habits, the habits that allow us to rest or not rest or work too much. This is where dark feminine wisdom plays a vital role, because when you begin to work with this part of yourself, it frees up that part of yourself that you are hiding. You're keeping it underneath the rugs to make everyone else feel comfortable, although you are feeling too heavy carrying this weight of the underneath. And this is why I like to say that true leadership really begins in the underworld. When we do this work, then we remember that it is when we do this work, we then get the capacity to be this leader of our life, of our relationship, of our desires, of our business. We get to be those leaders who could stand still amongst the chaos. So in one way, the dark feminine wisdom inside of us helps us to unfilter places where we have tamed ourselves. But it is not in a way where you go crazy and start lashing out on people, or you become this person that this is my truth and I want to speak my truth and my truth is the truth. No, this is not what dark feminine wisdom is. When you work with dark feminine wisdom, you engrave a deeper level of self-trust in your emotions, in your abilities to love, in your abilities to be more compassionate to yourself, to others, in your ability to really look into your own dark spots. I like to call dark spots. What are dark spots? Dark spots are places where we are imperfect, because we truly are. We are imperfect, and that's when we stop chasing perfection and start embracing our humanity. And when we start embracing our humanity, that's when we can bring out our spiritual aspects of living in harmony with this dual aspect. Because the more we try to suppress our fears, the more we try to suppress our shame, all the guilt that we feel, the more it just gathers somewhere else, and it comes out in times that we don't want to. So one of the things that the dark feminine wisdom really teaches us is to dance with duality, to hold a bigger vibe. And this is my invitation for you to come and join us inside the Dark Feminine Wisdom Retreat, because what we are doing in this time together is that we are developing a wider emotional range so that we can lead when times are tough, and times are only getting tougher, so that you can, if you are a woman who is interested in being in service, in a service-based business. For example, most of my clients and most of the women who are coming to the retreat are the ones who are coaches, healers, who hold space for others. We want to have a space where we can unravel, in the sense where we can drop our masks and really discuss our emotional hurts, and also process that in our bodies, such that when we leave, then we have regenerated our capacity to go back to our lives and then be there. So for yourself, for your loved ones, for your relationships, for your business. Yes, so you may think that, no, I don't need this, but here's the thing, I need this too, because in this retreat space I get to be held as well. I have supporting assistants, I have processes, I get to be held as well. I need this too. If you have watched my previous video in the last couple of weeks, I have encountered a lot of heavy emotions. Like, my husband met with an accident, my father-in-law passed away, we're dealing with death, the death phase, the falling apart phase, and I am having to be this emotional support. But how can I be this emotional support if I am not capable of holding my emotions? And this is fine, okay? Maybe you are capable of holding your emotions and you're doing really well. I am too, believe me. But then we still need spaces where we can decompress in ways where we are reminded of our true power. We tend to look for places to decompress where people cannot actually hold us, like our parents, like our colleagues, like our sisters, our brothers, our partners, our children. We try to share with them how much we are going through, but they're not gonna get it. And that's why we need spaces like this. So true leadership really begins in the underworld. Who are you when your world is rocked? Who are you being when your world is rocked? That's true leadership, and I want to show you that. I want to hold you through that. So if this is something that is really close to you, speaks to you, then look into the details of the Dark Feminine Medicine Retreat. One of the beautiful things we are doing, and I got some questions, so I will address this right away. We are using for the first time plant allies of Amanita muscaria, which is the mushroom element, along with the plant ally of the blue lotus. So the blue lotus is for activating our hearts, and activating our hearts, and the Amanita muscaria is for ancestral womb wisdom. So one of the things that is so true for every single woman is that your life, your emotions, and everything that you are in your body is not just yours. You carry ancestral imprints. So we will be meeting in the Samhain portal, which is a time of the ancestral veil to be thinning, and we will commune with that. We will heal our wounds, we will break our generational curse and activate our generational blessings, because you get to be the one who stops this. As women, we are lineage holders. So there is so much happening. This retreat is going to be so beautiful. I'm already feeling it, and women are joining, and powerful women are joining, and I see you as powerful too. And if this is something that is calling you, write to me. And in the coming weeks, I have something really special for you. I'm going to be sharing with you some dark feminine revelations around relationships. There are certain wisdom that the dark feminine inside of us kind of like mirrors to us in terms of our relationships. That means what do I really mean? What I really mean is that this dark feminine shows us our places of, how do I put it in the places where we are not in our power in our relationships, right? So I want to share that with you in the coming days. Let me know if you will be interested to find out about your dark feminine wisdom, and seeing your relationships from the lens of your dark feminine wisdom. So I'm going to share with you like some angles to which you can sit and contemplate, like, wow, okay, that's true. I do not have to hold on to this. I can let go this one. I can free myself this way. I can invigorate my power this way. So I'm going to show you some interesting insights, and you're going to love this. So let me know if you are interested. And one of the also things that we are going to work in the retreat is we're going to work into 3 particular feminine wounds, and I'm going to share more about that in the coming days too, so stay tuned.